Hey, I'm Jake Panasevich, and this is a short yoga routine for men to clear low back pain and to loosen up a stiff back. And back discomfort is an epidemic in our culture, and our mobile devices and our desk culture only accentuates the stiff, flat back. And so all it takes is a couple minutes a day to commit to yourself to really get more mobility in your back and start to loosen it up. So try this sequence daily and help to get yourself out of pain and feeling yourself again. Enjoy. Namaste. Start in hands and knees, tabletop. And align the hands so that the center of the wrist is even with your outer shoulders. Wrists are straight across your back. And your knees are about hips width apart, and your knees are underneath your hips. And I'll start this way because it's an anatomically neutral position for your pelvis. And it'll help to promote healthy back alignment and optimal back alignment. Okay, so lengthen through the sides of your body, arms straight, and exhale, just soften your chest towards the floor so the shoulders are even on your back. And as you inhale, arch your back, gaze forward, and exhale, round your spine. And again like that, inhale, arch your back, create a little arch, a broadening across your low back, and exhale, round it in. Okay, two more. And just take your time with these. And it should feel good to start to create a little movement and mobility in the back. Take your next inhale, find a nice long, neutral spine. Okay, tuck your toes under, then step back for down dog. And your first down dog, look at your feet, let the feet be at least hips width apart. Okay, you're gonna bend your knees quite a bit, about 5 or 6 inches. Okay, and widen your knees as wide as your feet. Okay, press your arms straight and get a lift in your low back. Tilt your pelvis up to get a stretch out of your low back. Okay, and that's primary, okay, especially for dealing with back stiffness or back pain. So you can keep the knees bent as much as it feels sweet on your back. Lift your back up. And exhale, bend the knees more, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Okay, and inhale, lift halfway up, hands to your hips, and come up to stand. Okay, and keep your feet hip width apart. It's about 2 fists width apart, toes straight forward. Bend your knees deeply, and make sure the knees point right over your toes, and bring your hands to your thighs. And as you inhale, you're gonna arch your back, look up towards the ceiling, and exhale, round your spine. Look at your belly. And a couple rounds like that. Big inhale. Hey, just like you did in that first sequence out in the hands and knees. Okay, it's creating a little mobility, getting the back to move for you a little bit. And oftentimes it's stuck in a flatter position. And that's why we usually feel back pain. This is just a nice way to loosen it up. And inhale, straighten your legs. Okay, take a wide stance on your mat. And swivel your right toes towards the back edge of the mat. Bend your right knee deeply. Okay, for side angle, you're gonna do right forearm to your right thigh, left hand to your left hip. And just look at your hips straight, square your hips towards the wall you're facing. And usually it means you have to stamp your back foot heavy, and you get your left upper thigh to set back. Okay, usually further back than you think. And that'll help create space in your low back and mid back as you reach your left arm by your ear. Okay, we're just gonna work the prep. Forearm stays on the thigh to really create a lift out of your pelvis and your low back. Inhale, come on up. Straighten your right leg, swivel your right toes in, left toes out. Okay, bend your left knee and bring your left forearm to your left thigh, right hand to your right hip. And so look at your hips. Square your hips towards the wall you're facing. Okay, get your back foot heavy and set your right upper, inner, and outer thigh sit back evenly. Okay, and then you can get a release out of your back. Okay, lengthen your back, stretch your top arm by your ear, and breathe. Every inhale, get long in your spine. Okay, and every exhale, keep that length, and as you bend your front knee, inhale, come on up. Okay, and just step to the top of your mat. Okay, bend the knees, sit down, line your back. Okay, you're gonna place the feet hips width apart, ankles underneath your knees, and you press your feet down, press the backs of your arms down to lift your hips up, your low back up. Okay, you can either clasp hands underneath you or grab the edges of your mat and walk your shoulders up and underneath you. And you don't want to force this one. Okay, only lift as much as it feels sweet on your back. Okay, with all these poses, only go as far as it still feels sweet on your back. And inhale, lift your chest towards your chin. Okay, but keep your heels rooted, lengthen your knees forward. It's like a tug of war. You get long in your spine as you lift. Exhale, release. Okay, press your hands against your thighs. Back of your head down against the mat. Okay, you should feel a natural lordotic curve, a little arch in your low back. And it should feel good. You can breathe there. And then reach your arms out like a T. Okay, wiggle your feet to touch, knees touch. Okay, scoot your hips to the left an inch, and then send both knees off to the right. Okay, it's a gentle twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, just allow your shoulders to soften against the floor. Anchor your shoulders down. And inhale, come back to center. Scoot your hips to the right, send both knees to the left. And you just take a gentle twist. Take a big breath in. And allow your shoulders to soften down against the floor. And inhale, come back to center. Okay, bend both knees. Hold the knees with your hands. And bring your knees wide enough to cradle your torso. And press your knees up against your hands. Okay, with the back of your head rooted down, you'll feel again that little arch in your low back, and you can just breathe there. Okay, if it feels good in your back, you can rock and roll side to side. It's like a modified happy baby that promotes a healthy curve in the back. It should feel like a massage on the back. It should only feel good. Okay. And stretch your legs straight out. Toes straight up, knees straight up. Okay, arms overhead. And allow your inner thighs to anchor down towards the floor. Lengthen the back of your body, soften the front ribs. And then come on up to sit. Okay, you're going to stretch your right leg out. Okay, bend your left knee in. And place your left shoulder foot to the inside of your right thigh. Left hand behind you on the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up, sit tall. And exhale, twist right arm across the left thigh. Okay, if that's a bit intense, you could hook your elbow in front of your shin. And every inhale, root down through your hips to sit taller. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And make sure the right toes stay straight up. Okay, so your whole right thigh bone, your right femur bone roots down and sets in its socket so you get a lift in your low back as you twist. Inhale, get taller to unwind. Second side, left leg forward, right knee bends. Okay, right hand behind you. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, twist it up. And again, root the hips down, left leg straight to sit tall, lift up out of your low back to twist. Okay, twists are a great way to help clear the back because you get a nice lift out of your spine. Okay, and you also get a stretch one side then the other laterally on either side. And rings the spine out. Okay, inhale, come back to center. And it's a short, very basic routine for low back discomfort, and try it out, give it a shot. And if you have any questions, go to yogawithjake.com. Thank you. Namaste.